Yeah. How are you, folks? You know, there's a lot more to that riff. I was enjoying it. That's a guy from Blue Oyster Cult that did that for me. He used to sell me weed when I was in grade school. So how are you, folks? Welcome to DiPaolotics, Comedy Greats 94, dumb enough to put me on the air. But don't worry, it'll only be Monday through Friday for about an hour, so it won't be that bad, hopefully. And I have some great guests coming in all week. Like I said, Tom Brokaw's speech teacher. Who else? Hillary Clinton's karate instructor. But today we have from National Review Online and from the Greg Gutfeld show. You know her, you love her. It's Kat Timpf. Kat, how are you?
Pretty good.
Thank you for doing
great.
this.
Of course. Yeah, my voice is a little raspier than normal.
Yeah, you usually sound like B. Arthur with throat cancer, but it's even worse today.
Now it sounds like it's, yeah, he's bringing me tea. Now it sounds like it's getting hopeless.
Yeah, you sound like one of Hillary's old girlfriends.
Exactly.
What were you doing all weekend that your voice sounds like that?
I went to a bachelorette party that was like 12 hours long.
Who was there? Trump?
No.
No? Nothing?
Unfortunately.
What's the big deal? You know, we learned he loves pussy, but so does the other nominee. So I don't know.
She does. I believe that's true. Yeah, I believe that's true.
We learned she has a bed in her van today. Did you read that?
No, I didn't, really.
And somebody goes, well, Trump has a bed in his plane. Yeah, well, a plane is for 8-hour trips. She's going 11 minutes. She has to lay down.
When is the last time you heard somebody talk about policy or an issue in this election?
Well, that's what I like about this election. I got to be honest with you.
It's been weeks and weeks.
Who wants to be bothered with details and shit? The world revolves around your crotch,
It's
Kat.
Who's a bigger rapist or a bigger rape enabler 2016 is what we're talking about right now, all the time.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. And look, I'm not I'm not like I didn't even vote for Trump in the primaries.
Right.
Everybody immediately assumes because of my comedy and stuff.
Asshole,
oh,
yeah.
you're a fucking white heterosexual male. You like pussy too. You're an asshole. But I didn't even vote for him. There's nobody far enough right for me. I wanted somebody to kind of balance what's gone on the last 8 years.
Right.
And that person doesn't exist. I mean, I voted for Cruz because, at least he went to Harvard and all the libs fucking impressed with that shit. But I think we need kind of a guy. We don't need another Ivy League guy.
Right, I guess. Well, I mean, Hillary's going to be the president. This has been destined.
You think so?
From before her birth.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. I mean, ask Bernie Sanders. This is what it looks like. Look, I don't know if it's rigged or not. I'm so confused right now. It can be rigged on 9 different levels, but I still believe, as of the last couple of years, I believe there's 10 people that meet in a room, whether it's Bilderberg Group or whatever, and this shit was decided 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Anybody get that feeling? I don't mean to be a cynic here.
Absolutely, I get that feeling. I've not met a single person, maybe 1 or 2 people that have been excited about Hillary at all.
Really?
At all. Nobody. Everyone's like, I guess I'll do it. Better than Trump, or,
Are those people your age? Kat will be 14 on Thursday.
I don't sound like it. I sound like a very, very old lady, if I'm even a lady, is what I sound like right now. But yeah, my age, I guess, more of the middle-aged women. Maybe are excited about the female president thing, but I don't care.
I'll play. Here's somebody. This is the whole when they asked Hillary what her message is for this campaign, and this is all she should do. So.
No, I'm not. Take the bag off. No, I'm not. Hey, you're raping me. This is rape. This is rape. Okay.
Relax your arms.
Jesus Christ.
That was a clip of Trump on a plane in the
the thing is with Trump, all of that stuff is horrible, but her husband has also been accused of sexually assaulting more than 10 women. But the feminists love him. They don't even bother to say, oh, no, he didn't. He said he didn't. They only believe it when it comes to Bill. He's like a unicorn. I don't understand it.
Well, Trump's, he's blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil to them.
I guess.
He's everything that they had. But that's the point. All the stuff they're saying about that, and he's bragging about grabbing pussy.
Yeah. And
all that stuff, normally in a normal election, that would have some weight to it. But because Hillary's married to Bill,
Right.
But they're still not covering it.
They're not. I mean, I started writing about it last year, and I've, been really brutal on Trump about all that stuff.
Have you?
Yeah.
Let me hear some of your views on that.
Well, the thing is, when people are saying, like, why wouldn't these women have said something earlier? If your 22-year-old secretary and like a billionaire who is very influential grabs you, you're not going to say anything. Let's be real. And then, but you know, you say the same thing about any of the women who did or did not say something about Bill. And a lot of those women actually even did come out right away, and still nobody believes them. So, and it wasn't, you know, Hillary, you know, people say, well, Hillary's not running. Well, but she is like at the University of Iowa, like saying everybody who's accused, who's an accuser of sexual assault should be believed.
Right.
So, well, you're still married to someone who's been accused of rape. So either you don't believe them and you're full of shit, or you do believe them and just think it's no big deal. Both of these are disgusting things. So if you're going to talk about Trump, look at your own life. That's
right.
You know,
right.
I can talk about Trump. She can't quite so much.
Yeah, because of that obviously relationship.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's just so hypocritical. I'm surprised they even opened that door. I wonder if they were looking at it when they said, we got this Trump tape of him saying he likes to grab pussy.
Yeah.
I wonder if she had to weigh in and go, you know, if we go there, I'm opening myself up. But then she probably, well, the whole media's on my side.
Nobody cares about Bill.
Nobody gives a
cares.
shit.
And you know, the things that they're talking about, women they're saying they were violently raped and bitten, like bleeding by this man. People are like, yeah, I don't know. And he like paid them off. You know, clearly something happened here.
Well, she sent private investigators to follow like Juanita Broderick around and stuff.
What is it that she killed Kathleen Wiley's cat or whatever? People have all these rumors. Oh, it's great. You got to read some conspiracies. Are very interesting.
It's like De Niro and Cape Fear killing the lady's dog.
But conspiracies aside, I mean, she's pretending to be this, I believe you and I'm listening, and that's not the fact. You know, that's not their husband paid off. Like, come on, there was some evidence there.
Well, I read this article. There's Michael Isikoff from NBC. He's saying NBC's sitting on a devastating tape of Juanita Broderick.
Why?
That Lisa Myers interviewed her years ago, and they, you know, edited it out, all the parts about Hillary trying to get involved to smear her.
Right.
And they're sitting on the tape.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Because you don't, you know, because Hillary's got to win. It's been decided. It's been written in the stars, or wherever the hell it's written.
Quiet, Hillary. Shut it. Get her back in the pen, please. But how about Trump? You know, and again, here's why I'm bummed about this whole thing. All you hear is how, for the last 20 years, Washington is broken and nothing gets done. Right? They don't work with each other. And then this outsider comes in. Yeah, he's not perfect. It's a bit of a crazy... But everybody's so frightened of this guy that's pointing out how shit's rigged and how, you know what I mean? And everybody's appalled by it. I'm just a little... I thought younger people would be open to...
Yeah, the problem with the pussy grabbing tape is he didn't say, I want to grab that girl's pussy. He said, I just grab pussies all the time and don't ask. And then these women are like, he did that. That's the issue. Before that, nothing he said bothered me ever. Like, even a little bit. Everyone's like, he's horrible, racist, sexist. I'm like, yeah, but, you know...
You say that about every Republican president for the last 30 years.
Remember Mitt Romney with remember binders full of women? I'm not sure people are reacting any less hysterical about pussy grab gate than they were about binders full of women. So I understand.
They did it to Herman Cain when he was in the lead for like 5 minutes. They dragged out some... He tried to finger pop somebody behind a dumpster or something, behind his Pizza Hut or whatever. They did it to John McCain. It's just, come on, folks.
The dog strapped to the roof of the car gate. Remember that?
Yeah, who did that?
Remember when instead of who was Romney, instead of it was like who likes rape more? The argument was Mitt Romney strapped a dog to the roof of his car. Yeah, well, Obama ate a dog when he was in whatever country.
Oh, that's right.
So it was like, who's gonna who should the dog vote be fleeing from? You know, it does get in. You know, the dog gate. I mean, for a while I was like, how much prettier can we get? And now I'm like, ah.
But Kat, these 9 women come out all like it within a week. This is all orchestrated horseshit.
Shut up. No, it isn't.
Some guy tries to open mouth kiss you 15 years ago and you're traumatized by it. I'm not defending pussy grabbing.
I'm just saying that if you could see how if one woman came out, then another woman would have come out, and then another woman would have come out. Yeah, because it's like if it's like a terrifying thing to talk about, because people are very mean to women. When I've suggested this, people have been very mean to me, even though I am very much talking about Bill and how he is accused of brutally raping, penetrative raping people and biting them, and nobody talks about it. So, you know, is that necessarily I'm going to vote for Hillary now? I don't know if that's really fair. I think that, you know, I think that they're, you know, I'm not saying I know if they're telling the truth or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I could understand it.
You don't think it's orchestrated by New York Times and everybody? They do this all the time?
No, I mean, I think
None
maybe
of
they
it?
sought out some of these accusations, but I don't know if that means that women are lying. It could make sense why they would wait. Because, you know, it could even be like people were saying, oh, you got to say something. You know, he's hurt a lot of other women and all this and that and the other. Like, okay, I'll say something. But I don't think it's a vast conspiracy, but I don't think we know either way. I don't know either way.
Ah, God, I was hoping you'd be more of a...
Sorry, I know. I've
a
disappointed.
pig like myself.
I've disappointed a lot of people.
No,
Because I normally am
I'm
so piggish for a
kidding.
female, but I'm sorry about that.
There's got to be some tape out there, Hillary, going down on
I believe that
giant
there-
catcher's mitt muff
Oh well, that
back in the
I'm sure that
70s. And
those
come
are
on, somebody's got
personal
some audio
collection.
out there.
Yeah, and well, the thing is the way I describe this on the Gutfeld show is we're deciding between right now a mob boss, like a mob boss, and a creepy uncle, essentially. I mean,
She's the mob
yeah.
boss. I said that on stage the other
Yeah,
night.
really?
She's
Yeah,
like
she's
a
a mob
Gambino,
boss.
a
I
female
believe that.
Gambino.
She's connected to so many horrible things. There's no way that she's just done none of them. And it's just the sexist media making her look bad. Like, you know, like, obviously there's media bias in favor of Hillary, or a lot of the things that she's done would have been a bigger deal than the Pussygate or whatever.
Well, I get nervous because I live up by her. I'm about 4 miles from her house. And every time I do a podcast, when I go to the supermarket, I'm looking over my shoulder. You know?
Yeah, they're probably not a fan. It's funny because I've said so many, you know, I've written so many columns about her, and ever since I've been like, yeah, I don't think this is a conspiracy and these women are all lying necessarily. People are like, you're a shill for Hillary. I'm like, hardly true.
I had hernia operation last Tuesday at the, you know, I go to the same hospital as her and stuff,
really?
and I'm sitting, and then they put the drugs in me before the operation. You know, they pop some Valium in you and whatever in your IV, and you start yapping away. And I'm saying all this shit.
Oh, I did that with the laughing gas. The laughing gas is a fun time. Making my wisdom teeth out.
And I'm going, how do I know how these doctors vote? And how do I know? Maybe their kids. I'm at the age now. Their kids like my podcast. You know what I mean? What if the guy cut me open as a Dem?
Yeah,
Wake
and
up with a sponge in my ass.
And you should. Yeah. I mean, those are some interesting medical records. I mean, like, the thing is, the pneumonia story being the third story, we're supposed to leave that story. I mean, there's nothing, you can't trust anything that she says.
Pneumonia story?
Well, she said pneumonia. First she was tired, she had allergies.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was overheated.
Yeah.
Then she had pneumonia. I mean, the way she conducts herself is unbelievable.
She's like, I'm fine. She's walking up to the podium. She's got like a shit stain. There's blood coming out of her nostril. There's earwax coming out. They're like, is that an earpiece or a chunk of her brain dripping out? And I swear to God, she's going to win the election and pass away like 2 weeks into it. I'm not hoping that. I'm just saying. I mean, wouldn't that be ironic? The first woman gets elected and she dies drinking lemonade. Like, who was that president back in the 1800s sitting on the porch? He died. It was like 108 degrees out and he died in his chair.
She's an old lady.
She's very old and not a healthy one.
No. I mean, listen to me. I'm going to die when I'm 50. Living my life now. I mean, if you're sick, you're sick. Pneumonia is not even that serious. It's just pneumonia. You say it's pneumonia. Like, either it's something else or she feels the need to lie about even pneumonia. Like,
it's a concern. And let me tell you about Trump. During the primaries, I used to laugh when he'd call Jeb Bush low energy and shit. And I'd be laying on the couch going, I'm Jeb Bush. I can't get off this fucking couch.
Right.
And watching Trump over the last year and a half, he is not low energy.
No.
And if he's not doing blow, where does he get that? I know. But
he doesn't drink, but he's never said, I don't rip lines.
Let's play the clip of Michelle Obama commenting on Donald Trump's sex tape.
Yeah.
And, I want to point out a little bit of hypocrisy on her part.
Oh, boy.
And last week, we saw this candidate actually bragging about sexually assaulting women. And I can't believe that I'm saying that a candidate for president of the United States has bragged about sexually assaulting women. And I have to tell you that I can't stop thinking about this. It has shaken me to my core in a way that I couldn't have predicted.
Yeah,
really.
You got to admit that was a great little speech. It tugged a lot of people's little heartstrings, I'm sure.
Well, she's such good friends with you know, Madam Secretary, her husband, but she was shaken to the core. And let me ask you a question. Isn't President Obama and Michelle, aren't they good friends? Haven't they had Jay-Z to the White House?
Yeah, they have.
Can we listen to some of Jay-Z's lyrics? Because I really think his lyrics are a role model for young girls, and they look up to him.
You know I thug 'em, hug 'em, love 'em, leave 'em, but I don't trust or need 'em. Take 'em out the hood, keep 'em the leave 'em.
Yeah.
He was a drug dealer, so spare me. You know, Donald Trump's not a role model.
But he's running for president.
So
but at the same, you know.
Yes, I know he's running for president. You already said it's rigged. So what's the difference?
I think it's rigged. I do think it's rigged. Okay, I'm open to the idea that it's actually totally rigged, especially because nobody's talking about. You wouldn't, you know, all the WikiLeaks stuff. It looked like Hillary got a lot of the debate questions ahead of time.
From
and all that
Donna Brazile, a CNN contributor,
and
by
now,
the way. But what fix? Go ahead.
And now she's the new DNC chair after the old DNC chair had to quit because of it being rigged. So this is like, come on, that's
double
insane.
rigging.
That's insane. Now we have two, and no one's talking about it because it's not as scandalous as something with the word pussy in it. You know, it's not as entertaining to sit and talk about emails, and it is like the word pussy.
Well, I don't want to hear pussy and the word Donna Brazile in the same.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. Anybody? Oh, that dirty cocksucker. But, yeah, good point. He's not running for president.
Yeah, look.
But I'm just saying, Jay-Z, you know, Obama's always tight. And come on, Michelle's whining about, it's always young girls. Dude, can we get past the... I don't mean to be, like, overly insensitive, but for Christ's sake, does everything revolve around the pussy? I guess that's to answer my question. The answer would be yes.
I think what you said said earlier is, like, what's the most important thing is if this was an election between, you know, two, you know, it's all the same culture because Bill's the same and worse, accused of the same and worse. So it's not like, oh, either it'll be us upstanding Americans in the White House or this degenerate pussy grabber. Yes. They're both. Come on. Neither of these are moral individuals here. Let's be real.
Yeah. How about somebody sent me this tweet? Have you seen this guy? And it's old news. It was like this guy at a press conference is Larry Sinclair.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm asking you to update me on this. First of all, is that guy still alive?
Yeah.
And was there any validity? It's the most forthright. People at home, Google Larry Sinclair press conference. Since we're talking about ethics in the White House and stuff, has he been debunked, that guy?
No, I mean, people.
I was just curious. I'd never seen it.
When you go out that like wild and out, people just go, come on.
That's what I mean.
They just go, come on, and that's where they leave it. Nobody actually really goes into it.
Let's. I want to. Hillary in the last debate, we talked about again. We're talking about you know, Michelle being her close friend and stuff, and blah blah blah. But let's play that clip where, you know, she's talking about she got advice from her good friend Michelle. When Trump does one thing, she's going to do another.
When I hear something like that, I am reminded of what my friend Michelle Obama advised us all. When they go low, you go high.
No, I'm not.
Take the bag off.
No, I'm not. Hey!
Jesus Christ.
Raping me. This is rape. This is rape.
You're the worst.
I'm just saying, that's her whole... But when they go low, we've seen the WikiLeaks stuff come.
Right.
When they go low, we go high. Do you remember, too, she was bringing up his cocaine use, Obama, in 2008.
Yeah.
His campaign.
Absolutely.
And these WikiLeaks things that nobody's talking about. They wanted to make him being a Muslim.
Yeah.
An issue.
Right, but exactly. And that's pretty racist.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? That's pretty racist.
Needy Latinos and mocking the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
So she's not only a crook and she's, you know, everything that she says, I am.
Yeah, and that's true. And also,
Trump is.
She's going to have, you know, as president, more power. It's like she's going to be, you know, think she's more accountable. It's going to get worse. We're not going to know anything that's going on.
I know. What did you ask yourself that? What if we didn't have WikiLeaks?
Right.
If we learned anything.
But nobody cares because they're, you know, the pussy.
So the pussy is overriding. It's blocking out the sun. The pussy.
It is, and I, you know, again, I do think that it's like I was disturbed by the tape, but I'm also disturbed by the things that I'm seeing in WikiLeaks and basically the way the Clintons have lived their entire lives.
What is the most disturbing thing out of all the WikiLeaks that bothers you the most?
I'm a little disappointed in Bernie Sanders' complete lack of a backbone. He's seeing himself getting owned and like screwed over in every single one of these documents, like that they were helping Hillary. 2 people had to get out, and he's just like, yeah, I'm with her. Yeah, I'm with her. He's a pussy.
Well, and most of them are that
He
lean that far left,
yeah,
in my
I know.
opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he was just like...
He's like, I'm 74, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Enough already. What do I got to do? Then he went and bought a nice house up somewhere up in Vermont, didn't he? Like a good socialist.
Yeah, don't you love that? He's like, I drive this crappy car. And I'm like, you probably don't ever drive it. You probably have people picking you up. You're like, yes, you know, yeah, it's such a joke. Everybody's a hypocrite. And you have to be a hypocrite to be a politician because we're all garbage. Every single one of us human beings are nightmares.
Except
I'm
for
a
me,
nightmare.
but that's absolutely true. I'm above the fray.
And, you know, if somebody went through my emails...
What would we find, Kat?
I could never. I would never work again.
Pictures of Gutfeld in his bathing suit?
No, I would never. Those are available, you know, everywhere. I mean, we've all done things, horrific things. All of us have.
Absolutely.
All of us.
And what's worse now with the emails and the technology, you know, why would you want to go into? And that's the big thing everybody else is talking about. No good people are going to go into this anymore. I picture, like Mitt Romney, I know he wasn't far enough right for a lot of people and stuff, but I picture him. Republicans could have ran anybody this year. Anybody. But I keep having this visual of Mitt at home watching the debates and shit. Instead of being all, you know, his hair coiffed nice and in a nice shirt, I picture him in like a wife beater.
Yeah.
With a you know, thing of whiskey, and his hair's all sticking up, and just throwing shit at the TV.
Yeah, binders full of women, really? Binders, like, that was the, I mean, that was huge.
The binders full of women.
That was a huge deal.
And the binders were to help women get work, was it not?
Yeah, because it was like, oh, you're reducing women to but it was bullshit. I defended him, the hell out of him on that, because I was like, this is insane. And then, you know, the dog gate, the dog in the car. I don't know, maybe the dog liked it, I don't know.
Yeah, but the big thing that supposedly did him in was the 47% comment.
Right, but you know what? He was not wrong.
He was stating the truth.
It's absolutely true. People want their money to go away. It's true. Sorry. You know how much of my money Hillary's going to take? Okay, a lot.
I saw your contract at Fox. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I have 3 jobs.
You cleared 11.5 last year.
I have 3 jobs.
What the hell was that?
And you know what?
That was Andy, my producer.
But you know,
when you're right, you're right.
The thing is, in New York,
yes.
I don't make that much money. But federal income tax is going to take, like, as if I was, like, making this amount of money in Mississippi.
Well, somebody has to pay for those 550% Syrian refugees pouring in. Seriously. Would you ever go to the Mall of America today? I mean, you could have a Somalia there working at the Foot Locker and shit.
Yeah,
you might as well just tape a bullseye of it. That is the softest target in the nation. I was working in Minneapolis. Another comedian
Is that what you
called
think
me.
about now when you go somewhere? You're like, man, I'm going to get my shit bombed out of me.
Yes. A friend of mine calls, another comic that was working. He goes, you want to go to the Mall of America? I go, why don't you just tape a bullseye to my forehead?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
You sound like Gutfeld. You know, Gutfeld won't take the train anywhere.
Oh, I haven't taken the train in years.
Guys, he took a car in the rain to Philadelphia, which, by the way, way bigger chance of getting into a car accident and he was like late to his event.
Wow, that's actually, you're using that's serious, I guess, if you weigh the odds.
Right.
But still, I'd rather die in a Ford pickup truck accident than be hit with a poison dart in front of one potato tube.
So you don't take the train either?
No.
Yeah.
I don't take the train.
I take the train.
Not because I'm afraid of terrorism. I don't want my balls grabbed, or I like the man spread.
Yeah.
You take the train, Kat?
Mm-hmm.
Do you take it late at night? Kat's an attractive blonde girl with a kind of a librarian look to her.
Yes.
But,
I do sometimes. I take cars a lot, but I don't know. I took the train one time. I fell asleep on it. I woke up at Coney Island at like 3 in the morning. I thought I was then I thought I was going to die. That was one time I thought
you woke up in Coney Island at your boyfriend's house.
I had a
He works the Tilt-A-Whirl.
Yeah. Well, that ended quickly. Okay, he said he was going to go get another job. He said he was just writing about it. No.
What is the last thing you've written, like, online about the election?
Oh,
If I had done my homework, I would have looked it up.
I'm like, now I don't even remember because it's Monday. I mean, I haven't been writing as much about the election. I've been writing more about the PC thing again than I've been.
That's what I am. I'm more of a culture.
That's what I've always written about. And
Yeah.
then, you know, this election has gotten just completely out of control. Oh, this is a good one. You'll like this one. And by like this one, you want to blow your head off. University of New York.
Yeah.
A professor is saying he had to change his syllabus and was accused of sexual harassment for saying that class participation was 10% of the grade. Or not class, or effort. Effort was 10% of the grade, because you know you could interpret that as any normal human is going to read that and say effort like class participation.
Yeah.
Not effort like come to my office and play with me after class.
Oh, is that what they were implying?
The school.
The girls with mustaches.
The schools.
Giant ankles.
Right. The school refused to. I do think that's part of it, by the way. A school they refused to explain it to him. They refused to explain it to him.
Yeah, but I don't feel bad for those professors because they're part of the problem. He didn't know what NYU was about, whatever school you're talking about.
I guess.
Before he signs up for that crap.
Sexual harassment for saying effort's 10% of the grade. That's crazy. I mean,
they took that as a sexual advance.
They took that. They actually made him remove that from the syllabus.
I've heard even worse stuff. How about you're a white guy? You have to check your white male privilege at the student center. There's like a board you have to.
There's a lot more.
University of Michigan. That's the stuff that Kat. Plug your podcast, and I'll plug mine.
Yeah, Kat Timpf show. Today's a new one. Barstool Sports on Barstool Sports.
And if you want to hear my podcast, you go to connectpal.com/Nick. Connectpal.com/Nick, and come to see me October 28th. I'm taping a 1-hour stand-up special for TV at the Suffolk Theater in Riverhead, New York. That's where the prison is. I'm going to visit my two uncles and then do the show. And it should be great. We're going to take a break. It's the only one in the hour. And we'll be back with more Kat Timpf and her smoky voice right after this.
Hello.
And
voice was gone, came back, and I was like, sweet, I can vape again. And then I'm like, oh, God.
He hit off that vape thing. It was horrendous. That smoky. She vaporizes.
I do.
She was 11 packs a day at one point. She was
Yeah,
waitressing in Applebee's, and now she's on the vanilla vape.
I wish I smoked more, because then my vaping would make more sense.
I tried. She gave me a hit off that vape thing. It was horrendous.
It really hits hard. Yeah.
It's like a smokestack from a tire factory.
Well,
horrendous.
clearly can't handle it. You can listen to my voice right now. My voice was gone, came back, and I was like, sweet, I can vape again. And then I'm like, oh, God. It's leaving me.
Does it work? Are you getting off? I mean, does it keep you off this
cigarette? It makes me a buzz, yeah. It gives me a nice little buzz.
It does?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't sound like this for no reason.
That's a good point. What did I want to talk about? We had a clip of, I don't think Michelle and Hillary have always been that tight. We had a little clip from the 2008 when Obama was running against Hillary, and Michelle said this.
One of the important aspects of this race is role modeling what good families should look like. And my view is that if you can't run your own house, you certainly can't run the White House. Can't do it.
Oh.
Man.
Wow.
That is nasty.
I mean, she was talking about the Clintons, I believe.
That's nasty.
Huh?
That's nasty.
Well, when you go low, she goes high and vice versa.
Yeah, what a mess. They're better for some reason at pretending to be better than other people, but they're not. Like, morally. I don't know.
Isn't that the crux of the whole election?
Yeah.
Because obviously Trump's better than nobody. He's just like me.
He doesn't care.
That's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah,
this is of, for, and by the people. You know what I mean?
I wonder how Ivanka feels. She's been, like, hiding. Nobody wants to hear their dad talk about grabbing pussies.
That's a good point. I haven't seen much of the daughters.
People, like, every time normally he says something horrible, they bring out Ivanka. They're like, look how lovely she is, which she is.
That's a good point.
But this time she's probably like, I can't right now.
I saw Melania getting drunk in Times Square.
What?
She was on a bench.
It's not true.
No, of course it's not true.
I wish it were true.
Of course I'm kidding. She's strong. What is she, a speed skater from Eastern Europe or some shit?
Something.
But, I laugh how they're lovey-dovey, and then you find out. But how about the fact, here's the fact that this is what makes me nuts, and Trump's out there going, it's rigged, and it's like, okay, to a point, but come on, you got to fight the fight there.
Yeah.
Let's not be a big girl about it. But the media, people cannot ignore the fact that when the Trump tape came out, they spent ABC, NBC, CBS spent a total of 23 minutes on it last Friday and less than a minute on the WikiLeaks. I mean,
because the WikiLeaks
Christ,
didn't have the word pussy in them.
They don't. I mean, is that?
I think it's part of it. I mean,
it's some of it, but
I mean,
that's what the public wants to consume, the pussy stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the networks and the people who run them, you have to pretend to be a little fucking neutral, don't you?
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, well, with the, again, the WikiLeaks stuff, I mean, it's just not as sensational as hearing this audio. And that's the problem.
I guess to people depends what age you are.
Yeah.
But her, some of the shit on the WikiLeaks
is ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
compared to, I guess I'm a guy, and and by the way, ladies, I hate to break this to you, that's exactly how we talk about you. Whether it's Thanksgiving morning,
Thanksgiving, what are you talking about?
It's not. It doesn't matter. That's how guys talk about women, okay? And I'm listening to these guys go on MSNBC. Well, I've been in plenty of locker rooms. I didn't hear that kind of talk. What were they, soccer locker rooms? What are you kidding? That's all we talked about.
Again, it was the combination of him saying he grabs people who don't want to be grabbed, and then the women coming out.
He didn't say he grabbed people who don't want to be grabbed.
Basically,
he said they let you do that
because of his power.
And exactly, and that's on the sleazy. I'm not putting it all on the women, but I mean, how about?
But the WikiLeaks, the interesting too is the thing about those is there's still so many more emails.
I'm waiting for the big one.
Emails.
Today, do you see today? They actually, the State Department guy, the guy Kennedy, he's under Hillary at the State Department. They were changing. He was asking them to change the classifieds on the emails.
Yeah.
So they could use a private server and it just looked like a benign email. Yeah. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
I know.
I like pussy, but I'm sorry, that overpowers the pussy story.
She should be in prison. I think that it's.
I don't want to go too far. I mean,
she should be, and nothing infuriated me more than James Comey's speech about that. Like, well, she was extremely careless with this information, pertinent to our national security, but and we're gonna let it go.
Yes, I kept hearing all I heard about before he came on and made the announcement was the integrity in this guy. Nobody can touch him. He's spotless. And I don't know anybody I think less of now.
Yeah.
This saying regular rank and file at the FBI is furious that she wasn't charged.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, why would she not have been? I mean, what more do we need? I don't know. I really don't know. And there will be more. And then, she'll be president and we're going to have to listen to her cackle every day for the rest of our lives.
But you make a great point. And I think, if she does win this, you don't think she's going to still end up maybe? Is anybody going to come after her?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Who would? That's what I don't understand.
It's proven useless. It's proven useless. It doesn't matter what she does or who comes after her.
Why does she have that kind of power? Is it the vagina? What is it? Seriously.
It does help. There'll always be a certain sector of the population that's willing to be like, you're being sexist. I don't even know if maybe Trump would be tougher on her if, like, in the debate setting or whatever. Did you see what she said about the debate? He literally stalked me around the stage.
Yeah, victim. She's playing the victim. That's all she does.
Please, he stalked you around. Like, what are you even talking about? Literally, he literally stalked me. Like, that doesn't even make, like, what does she think stalking means?
It's the closest any guy ever come to following her ass anywhere.
She's like, she probably loved the attention.
All due respect.
Yeah.
You say. But that was pretty funny. Did you see in SNL they did the debate, and they had like the Jaws music while he's sneaking up behind her and stuff.
Yeah.
And then popping in and out. So but it's the media to me. We're such a media-driven society, and nobody. I watched Chuck Todd on Meet the Press. Okay, Sunday morning. It's a 60-minute show. He didn't bring up WikiLeaks till 51 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
And that was when there was a roundtable discussion. And he mentioned it, like, briefly. How can you do a show? You're doing Meet the Press.
Right.
During the election's a couple weeks away. And not bring up the other side of the story. You have to be kidding me.
No, I totally agree with that. I completely agree with that. And, you think some of these Bernie bros would be a little more upset about some of the stuff in these.
That was what I was going to ask you next. Do you think these young Bernie kids they're like, fuck this? The more the WikiLeaks spells out, we're not going to go to bat for her.
I'm not sure how many of them even know because, like you said, it wasn't even hardly in the news last week. But I remember how mad they were the first time around when, with Debbie coming down because of, all the been, you know, when all those emails came out, a rep for the DNC. People were protesting at the DNC, and then this is just more of the same. And I think a lot of those people might stay home. You know, I really think that they might.
They're probably, the difference now is because they were pissed at him for siding with her.
Yeah.
So just to punish everybody, they're going to sit on their hand.
Yeah, I mean, going out and voting for Hillary, I don't know. I don't know if like she's the reason why their guy's not in there, and they thought their guy was going to, you know, give them everything they've ever wanted, and then, you know, everything would be free, and they'd live in a paradise, a hippie paradise.
So you think they wouldn't go out of spite and go vote for Trump just to stick it up her wazoo?
No, I think they would just stay at home, because I feel like they're the kind of people that would stay at home normally anyways. You know what I mean?
I was going to say.
They're
well, like Bernie Sanders, they go, he has a tremendous amount of energy for a 74-year-old. Yeah, he didn't get his first job till he was 55.
Yeah.
He was laying on his dad's couch. But
yeah, he hasn't had to live yet. Nice guy, but man, I wonder what he actually thinks. Like, is he mad, or is he just exhausted?
Well, I think he showed a lot of himself when he wrote that article, that erotic article back in the 70s.
Oh my God.
Saying when women having sex with their husbands, they're secretly fantasizing about being raped by 3 guys at once.
Getting raped.
And that's how I knew he was a true socialist. Even in his rape fantasies, we're sharing the pussy 3 ways. I mean, fellas, I'm a dictator when it comes to pussy. I don't know you. Andy, you look like you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Again, that made the news because it had pussy. It was more pussy stuff.
I know. Can you girls, it really is. Right? The world does revolve around it.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, don't get me wrong. I don't want it to revolve around dick. I'm just saying. But it really does. You're right. It's blocking out the sun.
It is.
Kat, plug your thing again. Plug your thing again.
My podcast?
I'll get arrested for
My
that.
podcast?
Yeah, your podcast.
It's Kat Timpf Show, Mondays on Barstool Sports. There's a new one out today. You got to come back on it soon.
I've been on it like a couple times.
It's always a good time.
And every time we do, I do Kat's podcast, there's always, the first time I did it, there was like a young girl who you could tell she didn't vote the way I did.
She was horrified by everything we were saying.
Yeah, she was looking through the glass, giving me the stink eye. It was incredible.
She was absolutely horrified. But now it's at the Barstool Sports offices, and it's just like very chill, and there's booze, and it's fun, and it's great.
Oh, we can drink there?
Yeah, they have tons of drinking.
Kitchen. That's a good idea.
Kitchen, yeah, in my apartment. No, I don't need you knowing where I live.
Wait a minute, you already have a problem with some guy. That's I heard.
That's true, I do.
And if you want to hear my podcast, the Nick DiPaolo podcast, it's free on Mondays on riotcast.com and iTunes. And if you want to subscribe to it, you go to connectpal.com/Nick. connectpal.com/Nick. And you get 2 to 3 more shows a week for $3.99 a month. Okay, that's $1 a week, folks. If you can't afford that, I don't want you as a fan. You're a fucking loser. But that was kind of elitist.
That's true. No, it's elitist. There's nothing wrong with being a little elitist.
Yeah, unless you're, you know, a billionaire, a white fellow with blue eyes and blonde hair.
I guess.
But I'm not even crazy about him either, folks. Don't get me wrong. I'm holding my nose when I go to the thing. But we have to stop getting so picky in this country. Oh, Cruz is creepy. He reminds me of Uncle Fest. You know, it's like, come on.
He is creepy, but he's all right. I met him, and he was like nice enough guy, and you know.
He's got principles. Yeah. And people really don't want that. They say they want that, but those are the people that get made fun of. Oh, he's too square.
Yeah.
He's a nerd, you know.
He is a dweeb. He's a total dweeb, but...
yeah, so is Obama.
I think that's true, too. I heard he spends a lot of time alone in his office.
Doing
that's
what?
I heard. I don't know.
So do I. He could be looking at LatinoHousewives.net.
I was like,
my favorite website, by the way.
I'm saying this as I'm thinking I spent an entire day home alone yesterday reading.
Well, you're a little brainiac.
Yeah, I like reading.
You don't get that from your husky prostitute voice.
It does sound like I sound like a prostitute.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I love to sound like a prostitute.
Nothing. It's very, very feminist of me to be okay with that.
What else did I want to talk about?
I don't know. We got it. I mean, this is what we have 22 days left till this election. Isn't it 22? I mean.
Oh, but you got to admit, here's where Trump is. Even for me, I'm like, holy shit, is this guy off the rock? He's out there. You know, they're talking about the people the girls that are coming forward accusing him.
Yeah.
Do we have that clip of him talking about the woman on the plane? This is how he defends this. This even had me belly laughing.
With people that are willing to say, oh, I was with Donald Trump in 1980. I was sitting with him on an airplane, and he went after me on the plane. Yeah, I'm going to go after. Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you.
Oh, that's going to help you.
Yeah.
You don't know. That would not be my first choice.
Unbelievable.
To shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What's he doing? But that's what here's the thing, and I know he's running for president, but that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's saying, you know, these politicians are all phony, they're full of shit. And I know that's not going to help him with a woman vote and shit.
Yeah.
I think he's already...
She's unrapeable. Look at her face. Yeah, that's really...
You know who she looked like? She looked like the broad in Jaws that slapped Chief Brody across the face after a kid got eaten.
When I heard him say that, I was laughing. I was like, "Is this real? Is this really what he's doing?" And then you feel so bad for whenever I see something like that, I think of Mike Pence.
Oh, I know.
Poor little like evangelical Christian Mike Pence being like, "Dear, no, stop it, no."
But that's and again, and I know, folks, you're gonna a lot of people out there disagree with me, but I'm just saying that shows he's alive. He's not. I mean, he's throwing caution to the wind. I thought we liked that. What a country of pussies we've turned into.
I mean,
but I know it's sexist and all that shit. If you're gonna keep that on the front burner the rest of my life,
I just wonder if she pulls farther ahead, if Trump will just go crazier and crazier. Like
I think you're
loved
right there.
The primary debates where he was just like, Rosie O'Donnell is disgusting, and like that was his talking point.
Yes.
Like that was entertaining television. I'm not gonna lie to you, it definitely was. But it's been so tame now, you know, the debates, and there's never been any moments where I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Got one more Wednesday.
I know, like we need another.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling Hillary, was it Axelrod, or somebody was giving advice saying that Hillary shouldn't do it. Was it Axelrod? I don't know who it was. One of her compadres in the media, I'm sure, saying she shouldn't do it. She should just. What do you think? Is that good advice?
She hasn't been doing many events because it's like she's so, you know, when she goes out and talks, she's not interesting. Nobody likes to hear from her. She's not going to really do herself any favors. So she's just like going and hanging out on Ellen and this and that because she's so ahead. Why would she? I think it's a good strategy, I guess. But she's got to go to the debate.
Yeah, she has to lay low because her blood pressure is 471 over 360.
She's taking some naps.
She's got a shit stain in her pantsuit and she's limping.
She's taking some naps. She's drinking some, you know, Pedialyte, and she's getting ready. I don't know.
You got to admit, Trump's healthy as a horse. That guy, I couldn't keep up with that guy. You put on the TV, he's like giving a speech in New Hampshire. Then that night he's like in Ohio, and then at midnight he's in Pennsylvania. Like he is doing blow.
And then 3 a.m. he's tweeting, "Check out sex tape and past."
I love it.
Sex tape and past. Like you can add that at the end of it, I just hope that phrase stays around forever and people know what I mean. Yeah, you know what? Check out sex tape and past. She's horrible.
Yeah, that was I was cracking up, and who else came? And then another woman came forward, the one that was on The Apprentice, but then she wrote a letter to him for like in April praising him, one of the accusers. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
It doesn't.
But
mean
you really believe that? You think they all sat quietly until one of them came forward? You really don't think the New York Times was banging on, banging on their doors?
I'm saying that the fact that they waited isn't proof that they're lying.
I don't like that. There's too much thought involved there. That's too logical.
Yeah, well, it's fine. Because of the reasons I explained, it's not a fun thing to come forward. You know, it's past statute of limitations. It's not like they're going to get any money from this or anything.
What are you talking about?
You don't get money.
Oh, baloney! All these broads will have a show on A&E.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It'll be called the abused housewives of Donald Trump or some shit.
We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see.
Are you a needy Latino? No. Are you Catholic?
I was raised Catholic.
What does that mean?
Catholic.
I was
my
too.
whole family's Catholic, and I pretty much believe in nothing now. But
why is that? I too. I get thrown into this conservative thing. You too, Andy?
Same exact thing.
Andy Fiore. That would be Andy Flowers, I think, in Italian. And you were raised Catholic in
grade school, high school.
Yeah, I used to really believe it, too. I used to go to confession and everything.
That was it.
I never bought into it even then. I remember going to CCD class on a Tuesday night. The Bruins were playing the Montreal Canadiens, so I go to my brother. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to go out the house with my catechism. There was a crawl space under my sister's bedroom that led to a bathroom window. I said, keep the curtains open so I could look in and watch the Bruins game. And so I would, I would lay under the house and watch the Bruins. And I came in the first period by book of the and then then I go to my brother. Did you see that fight with John Wensink? My old man's looking at me like, I just. But I'm just saying that stuff infuriated me. Them pushing and did they not start the Muslim stuff? Was Trump right about that or no? It wasn't a Sidney Blumenthal.
I mean, it's impossible to know, but it seems like they were having conversations that if it were anybody else, that people would be up in
Why
arms
is it
about how
impossible
racist
to
it
know,
is.
though? No. Didn't WikiLeaks prove that? No?
No, I mean, not definitively in terms of that specific thing, but obviously there's emails that are...
Now you sound like a lawyer and a prostitute.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Like there's a difference.
Yeah. I mean, look, I mean, she's not this, like, beautiful social justice hero. She paints herself. She's a crook, and she cares
And she's bigoted. That's the part that bugs me. She's just bigoted.
Well, and also if you look at her policies, like, you know, the crime bill in 1994, when she complains about there being too many black people in prison, I'm like, your husband's policies put them all there, and you were championing these policies. And she just pretends like that's not a thing, you know?
Super predator, ring a bell?
Right, exactly, yeah.
But every time, I don't buy that either. Every time I see a crime and some guy getting arrested, he was out on a gun rap 6 months ago. I'm not buying that whole, this two justice systems. Maybe a little bit of that's true. But how about enforcing the laws? Every time I see somebody commit a crime and they put up, the guy's got a record, he's been arrested 31 times.
Yeah.
Seriously. So how biased is it?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, you still shouldn't shoot people, you know, Nick. But
I'm not saying, that's not my point.
Yeah, I mean, well, she's just saying, you know,
she's saying it's bias against black and brown people.
She's saying what she's saying now because that's what she, you know,
she has to say it.
Bernie's saying, and that's, you know, Bernie's always been like, it was into criminal justice reform. She, you know, she saw that resonating with younger voters, and that's what she just says. She walks in, she doesn't even think about what she, you know, believes. It's more like, what do you want me to say? What do they want me to say? And that's what she goes with. No matter, you know, she's flip-flopped on everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yet I don't know what polls you want to believe. You have
you're one of those guys. You're one of those poll conspiracy.
No. Well, yeah, no. I think the polls just manipulate people, and basically the polls are saying, look, you're not going to vote for a loser. She's up by 11. Fucking stay with. But you have the Wall Street Journal poll that says she's up by 11 today, and then you get like an ABC poll that says it's 4 points. How can you have that much of a disparity?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Plus, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure, especially after this, if you know, did they call you and they're like, hey, who voting for? I don't think anybody would say Trump at this point.
Oh, I would.
I know you would.
I'd be on the roof of my house with a... And we didn't even get to the firebombing in North Carolina of the Republican headquarters.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to play the music, Andy, for a minute, or are you giving me a minute before you play the music?
I like to give you a hand signal and a musical cue.
Yeah. Anyways, but I didn't get to the bombing and the violence that's going to happen no matter who gets elected.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think the left has an advantage over that. They have organized violence, you know, unions and shit. They're good at it. Anyhow, thank you so much, Catherine Timpf, and check out our podcast again.
Kat Timpf Show.
Kat Timpf Show, Barstool
Sports.
Barstool Sports. And check out my podcast on riotcast.com, iTunes, or connectpal.com/Nick if you'd like to subscribe. 2 to 3 shows more a week for $3.99 a month. Thank you so much, Comedy Greats 94, and I will talk to you kids tomorrow.